faded to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on all of their anger. None of my pain will show through. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. Yeah. When my fist clenches, crack it open before I use it and lose my cool. When I smile, give me some bad news before I laugh and I act like a fool. And if I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. If I shiver, please give me a blanket, keep me warm everywhere you go. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. Gonna have to work on that one a little bit, huh? The rhythm's a bit strange. That's by The Who, off of their fifth studio album called Who's Next, 1971. And voila quoi. So how did I heard the Limp Bizkit version of that, so that was the impetus of that, but I've always liked that song. Now the thing is, like most of us Western musicians, we can't avoid learning from the Beatles. And the good thing about the Beatles is, like, we're so used to it that we know what the rhythm is going to be, we pretty much know what chord voicings they're going to go towards and so forth. But this one is a little bit different. The rhythm is a bit strange. It's actually, what's it called? It's supposed to be more like... No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. But, yeah, the solo part is pretty simple, but it's all about the feel. Basically those two little figures oscillating back and forth. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to be working on that. So the other day I had an opportunity to be on a film set. That was pretty cool. A big French movie. I don't know how much I can give away. Well, I won't give away any of the story, but what is in the industry papers is that the title's Rembrandt. It stars Romain Duris, which is who is one of the biggest French film stars, and directed by a guy named Pierre Schott or something like that. I can't remember. I've never heard of his name. I've never seen him before. But arrived on set. They pushed the scheduling a little bit, and so we arrived there at 5 p.m. or 17 as I like to say. I wandered around a little bit. It's really cool. It's a big sound stage out in a place called Brie-sur-Marne. So I get on the train and go out there. then you get on a bus, and I was thinking, I don't need to take the bus. It can't be that far. I'll just walk. Well, I'm glad that I took the bus because it was up a winding residential road, and it would have been a situation where halfway through I'd be thinking, I am lost. But really, it was just right there. So if I ever need to go there again, I'll know how to get there. And so we sat in the green room, I suppose, the makeup with all the makeup mirrors, and changed our clothes, and the wardrobe came by because for these movies, when you're being an extra, or in my case changed a little bit, you bring your own costume. So they want you to bring 5 or 6 different changes of clothes. I just brought a few. I've been through this horse and pony show before, and the costume lady comes and approves and maybe adds something if they have something in their wardrobe that fits you. And finally, like at 10 or something, we get called onto the sound stage, and it was really cool. I mean, you can imagine exactly what it was. It was a big, cavernous, dark place, and what they had done is the scene takes place in the National Museum in London, and so they built an exact replica of a wall and the facing wall, and then a chamber behind that wall with the doorway leading through. And so that was the set. And one of the other guys on the being an extra, looked it up and found that they had matched the wallpaper perfectly. So that was pretty special. Now, when we got there, I was supposed to be a museum goer, and what happened is the Rembrandt exhibit, that Rembrandt room, is closed for the day, and so we walk up and we walk away disappointed. Now, the thing is that mostly when you're on these big films, you never see the director. The director is always like far away in a tent, just with a bunch of monitors, and it's the assistants who come and give you direction and so forth. But this one, I didn't recognize the guy, as I said, and so this guy, this sort of grizzled-looking guy with I shouldn't say that, spectacles and a gray beard, comes up and says, and you speak English? Okay. And, I kind of wise-ass said, comme vous voulez. And so he starts giving us direction, and it was really cool because he was actually giving direction to us extras. And so, like, sort of leading, he says, you no clothes, no come, and you say, but why, when, and so forth like that. And so me and this other gal, who I had seen on a different film, as a matter of fact, we were a couple who were going to come and look at the exhibit. And we sort of improvised the little scene right there before shooting. And all of a sudden, the director looks at me and says, okay, you are the security guard. So I run back and change costumes, and it was kind of awkward because the guy who was playing the security guard right then, we sort of swapped costumes. And I'm wondering, or he undresses and gives me his clothes. And so I was wondering how, I hope that I didn't steal his part. And so that was good fun. And afterwards, so we it went real quick after that. I think we did a couple rehearsals and then maybe 5, 6 takes max. And before it was in the can, as we like to say in the industry. And afterwards, when we were changing and getting ready to go, some people with more experience said, hey, you know what? You should probably ask to be a silhouette parlant. If you recall, that's what I prognosticated in my last video. And I thought, oh, okay, whatever. Well, I don't want to be that guy, but I, got familiar with the production crew during the experience, and so I just gave him a friendly email, and I thought I would, whatever the case, be gracious about it. And as it turns out, they gave me, they elevated my role, which is a silhouette parlant, and 50% more pay. So that's good. That was going on. So, and here is my latest painting. Check this out. Can you see that? It's kind of hard to see here. Don't have much room. But what this is I made some sauerkraut the other day. I had a bunch of cabbage. And so I took half of it and I made sauerkraut out of it. You put it in a jar with some salt for 4 weeks. And then I had all this juice left afterwards, and so I've done these natural pigment drawings, paintings before. So I drizzled that on here, and I thought, cool, whatever. And I was about to put it away, but then a friend of mine was looking through my website, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I like that." And so this is based on something I made 5 years ago called assemblage. So as you can see, it's tracings of the rooftops overlaid one upon the other. And so I came up with this one. I'm going to put up some more higher resolution photos on all the socials for you to see soon. But this is the latest. I kind of like how in real life the pink, the magenta, the fuchsia really stands out against the sort of indigo stain of the purple cabbage behind there. And I like the fact that in here there's all sorts of different colors. You've got sort of violet, you've got the indigo mostly, and you've even got some like a duck feather green, mallard green, duck feather, whatever. So that's what's going on. How's everyone doing? Thanks everyone for stopping by, but I think it's just about time to go. So, no one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man,